back, everybody. This is Trevor Hall. I'm sitting with David Cole, President and CEO of EMX Royalties. We've talked gold. We've talked potential new gold royalties coming online for the company here, in the next year or two. Now we're going to move on to Dr. Copper. Obviously, EMX has a number of different royalty assets, specifically in copper. But before we get into some of those, let's talk about some of the macros of the price of copper. Obviously, it's been subdued because of geopolitical tension and trade wars between the U.S. and China.
Yeah.
At least that seems to be the constant finger point right now. What's keeping it down? We're still sitting range bound about $2.50 a pound. Dave, what's your take on copper price lately? Just that?
We're very bullish copper. For a whole myriad of different reasons, development around the world. It's actually impressive that despite all of the concern around the trade wars and whatnot, that the copper price has been resilient as it has been. And that speaks to the concept of it being Dr. Copper. It's telling you that fundamentally the global economy is chugging along despite all the reasons for it not to. And 250 copper, it's traded in the range of between 250 and 280 now for a while, is actually from a historical perspective, a reasonably strong copper price. And I see any downturn in copper as a buying opportunity. And of course, we're looking very far ahead with respect to the acquisition of mineral rights and targeting big copper systems to bring into the portfolio. And very long term, we're very, very, very bullish on copper for sure.
The fundamentals long term for copper look really good. If you just look at the basic supply demand chart, which seems all the big copper bulls kind of seem to push people towards that.
I follow the mineral economist Richard Chody, Dr. Richard Chody, and he predicts, based upon some very solid data, that the globe will consume as much copper in the next 25 years as it has consumed throughout history. So think about that. That means every copper mine on planet Earth has to double in size over the next 25 years. That's astonishing. And that's at a fairly, reasonable rate of growth. And if you look long term, the globe's been consuming 3% more copper every year, and that's compounded, of course. And so it has a huge impact.
So
the globe needs more copper.
Absolutely. Obviously, if the market's going to demand more electrification of the grids and the systems and basically everyday living, it's the best conductor of electricity in the world, right?
Everything that conducts electricity, heat, cold, radiators, air conditioning units, wiring, plumbing, on and on.
Right. And obviously copper has to be mined, and you have royalties in the portfolio that deals directly with copper, but you say one of your favorite ones about copper happens to be in the Timok magmatic complex in Serbia.
That's the company maker in the portfolio.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that? Because I would say Leeville's your company maker, right?
Leeville's paying now, and it's our best paying royalty today, and will have a very long life, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And we've discussed that. There's some very good reasons for us to believe that. But the endowment of metal in that huge copper-gold system in the Timok magmatic complex, now being advanced by Zijing, previously Nevsun, and before that Reservoir. It's a huge discovery. It's one of, if not the largest copper-gold discovery in the history of Europe. And one of the larger copper-gold discoveries or mineral system discoveries for the last couple of decades in our industry. And we're very, very pleased to be sitting here today with the royalty on that.
All right. Yeah, it's a great area to obviously explore and mine. I actually want to bring up another idea with you. That'd be the property in Arizona, right?
So we have lots of properties in Arizona.
The one adjacent to Taylor.
Yeah.
The Taylor
Oh, that's a good one. That's a really good one. But with respect to Arizona in general, we're the third largest mineral rights holder in the state.
Okay.
And that's included within our some 9,000 mining claims we have in the western United States. And so we're the third largest mineral rights holder of any company in Arizona. On that ground are some ground which is extraordinarily prospective for big copper systems. But also we have a 2% royalty over the extension of the Taylor deposit. And they've drilled high-grade lead, zinc, silver mineralization right up to the boundary. And that mineralization is right open to our ground where we have a 2% uncapped, unviable royalty. That's going to be another key asset in the portfolio as South 32 now, who have bought that property, continue to advance the drilling south.
What's the conversation like with South 32? I know you have a good relationship with South 32. If maybe it's any idea of when you think they might want to jump over that border and actually drill on that property?
I think they're drilling there now. Yeah, and we have an excellent communication with them. All the data is released to us, so you'll see press releases in the future as more data comes in with respect to that asset specifically. But we find South 32 to be a fantastic group to work with. They're the partner for us on the Reeder-Hitten copper project in Sweden, and we have a 3-state strategic alliance with them, regional strategic alliance in the Western United States exploring for copper systems. So they're our go-to customer.
All right. Well, that's some information on copper within the EMX portfolio. Obviously, copper looks really tough short-term, but long-term fundamentals look good, especially with the EMX portfolio asset in the asset. So I highly recommend picking up one of these asset portfolio books. I'm sure anybody here at EMX would be happy to drop an offer. You put one in the mailbox for it if you wanted to email them and ask for them. So Dave, thank you so much. We'll catch you again on another short video.
Thank you, Trevor.